Should you or should you not start buying Boeing stock? Today we're going to talk about that. Let's do this. What's going on, guys? My name is Mike and this is Stocks for Dads, where we teach you how to build generational wealth for you and your family. Today we're going to talk about Boeing. If you haven't been watching the news recently, there have been a lot of problems with the Boeing 737 MAX, to include 2 crashes in the last few months. Those 2 crashes killed all the people on board, and the stock price has just been, I don't want to attach the two. It sounds awful to attach the two, but the stock price has been plummeting. So in today's video, we're going to start in the beginning and tell you what happened with these crashes and how the stock price reacted to them. Then I'm going to talk about where the stock price could go in the future. Lastly, I'm going to tell you guys what I would do if I were given the opportunity to invest in Boeing. This all started on October 29th, 2018, when Lion Air Flight 610 crashed shortly after takeoff, killing all 189 on board. That day, Boeing was waving near a support line, which we're going to talk about later, and then crashed from a high of 361.71 to a low of 328.63. After the October incident, it didn't get any better. In November, more problems came up. One pilot said during takeoff, autopilot engaged, and within 2 to 3 seconds the aircraft pitched the nose down and the alert don't sink came up. One other pilot in November said that shortly after takeoff and once the aircraft had leveled, the autopilot engaged and the co-pilot immediately called out descending, followed by the same don't sink alert. Given all of these problems in November, this stock sank as low as 296.61 on the 20th of November. On top of all this, as many of you guys know, the stock market in general was in free fall from the end of October all the way until Christmas Eve last year. At the bottom of the mini crash at the end of 2018, Boeing stock reached a low of 294.16. Right after that, however, the stock got all the way up to $446.01 a share. That was until last week's crash. Last week's crash in Ethiopia killed everyone on board, and Boeing stock crashed immediately from $422 to $365 a share. Since the crash, however, Boeing stock has been holding a 370 to 378 range for an average about 375 per share for the last few days. Where the stock is lying now is on a huge support line, which I'm going to show you in a second. This brings me to the second part of my video. Where could this stock go? I'm going to use a bit of technical analysis in here, but this is pretty basic chart analysis, so if this is the first time that you've seen this style of analysis that on charts, then welcome to the world of chart analysis. So from the beginning of 2018 until now, Boeing has followed a strong support trend line and a decent resistance trend line the entire way. The support trend line holds true no matter what part of the chart you're looking at. Look at the 1 year. The support trend line holds. Look at the 6 month, the support trend line holds, and even in the 5-day, the support trend line holds. There is also a nice resistance line horizontally along the 370 to 378 line. This is the exact same line that I mentioned twice earlier in this video. So if you don't remember what I was talking about, go back and look at the video and then come back and look at this chart and tell me that it doesn't match up. If we take these 2 lines and add them together, the 2 lines meet at a crossroads, which is only a few days away from where we are today. Take a look at this chart and tell me you don't see a pattern. Considering Boeing tests the resist trend line every 4 months, the stock could potentially hit the resist trend again in early June. That would mean that the stock price in early June, around June 6th or June 7th, could possibly reach about $432 a share. This is all assuming that nothing huge happens between now and then. If the folks in charge of this investigation seriously find out that it was the Boeing 737 MAX's problem, it's pretty safe to bet that this stock is going to hit the low 300s really quickly. So the last part of this video and the big question of all would be, would I buy? Looking at the trend line alone, I think that this is a great place to start buying positions into Boeing. And if you look at the timing of when countries started grounding the flights, including the United States of America, it seems like the grounding of the aircraft across the whole globe is already priced into where it's at now. So as of right now, the big thing we're waiting on is the results from Ethiopia. Not to say anything against the Ethiopian investigators, but I think that international folks probably need to come in, and some experts from around the world that have been doing this for a while really need to come in and make sure this investigation is done correctly. However, in the long term, I will say yes, right now is a great time to start adding positions. I think this is not going to be one that you go and dump $10,000 in right now. I think you should really start slow buying into this, because we have no idea where this investigation is going to go. If it goes well, buy more shares. If it goes bad, buy more. Even if more bad news comes out just from this investigation and there are no more crashes, it is an opportunity to pick up Boeing shares at a much cheaper price for the long-term investment. The chart is up 200% on the 5-year. It's up over 14% on the 1 year, and it currently pays a dividend of $2.05 a share per quarter. So not only in the next 4 to 5, maybe 6 months does this stock have a potential to grow 16 or 17%, you're also having a chance to get a stock that has an okay dividend. If you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket, but you want some exposure to Boeing, try getting into the U.S. Aerospace and Defense ETF, ITA. They're an ETF made of huge contracting companies like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, and it's a little less than 2/3 of the price of Boeing. If you buy into the ETF, not only are you getting exposure to Boeing, but you're also getting exposure to some really sweet military and government defense contracts that are really doing well nowadays. But anyways, if I had the money, if I had 10,000 bucks right now, I would definitely start slow buying Boeing. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the like button. If you guys want to see any specific stock related videos, please let us know in the comments below and we'll try to make it happen for you. Oliver, do you own any stocks?
Yeah.
How many you got? Like one?
No. 18 or 16.
18 or 16? Oliver.
Yeah.
What is a stock?
It's a small piece of a company.
And if you own a stock, what does that make you?
Tiny owner.
A tiny owner of the company. What's the dividend?
Dividend is when you buy the company like 3 months, after 3 months, they give you like a few cents.
Ooh, per share? Do you have any stocks that pay dividends?
Iron Mountain, Coca-Cola, and Ford.
Yeah, Ford? You probably have some other ones too.
American Airlines.
American Airlines? Ooh, you own American Airlines?
Yeah.
Are you better at stocks or am I better at stocks?
You.
You'll be better one day. What's good? Wait, what's good about owning stocks in American companies?
You get rich!
Not always. See you next time.
Bye bye.